the chapter coordinator of the WiM-Africa National Youth Empowerment Namibia chapter, to share our reflection. Miss Patricia?
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Over to you,
Okay.
madam.
Okay, thank you very much. I've been called, I'm Ms. Patricia Gurubes from Namibia, leading the National Youth Empowerment chapter. Good afternoon, ladies, the excellencies, the colleagues and friends of WiM-Africa. Please allow me to acknowledge the protocol as it has been established in the welcoming remarks. It's my honor and privilege to share reflections on behalf of the many young women and men who are determined to see a new face of mining sector across our continent, Africa, and the world at large. Let me start off by highlighting the next Gen WiM agenda. Young people are Africa's largest resource, and yet too often they remain outside of the decision-making spaces. The action plan recognizes this by investing in mentorship, fellowship, and internship that gives young women and men opportunities to step into leadership roles in our respective communities in Namibia and across Africa. This is a game changer. It tells every young woman and men in mining host communities that their future is not limited to survival only, but extends to leadership and ownership. Fellow members, please allow me to take you briefly through Namibia National Chapter called National Youth Empowerment WiM-Africa Chapter. The type of chapter, as the name already indicates, the focus is on youth and it's youth-led. The type of chapter we chose is for youth, and additionally, gender advocacy for male engagement. The focus areas: legal support and policy advocacy, next gen WiM, future women miner leaders, WiM-Africa Research and Data Hub, and male engagement in gender equity. There is a brief overview of a report by Mr. Mulami and Mrs. Victoria Nampenga. It's about Namibia's untapped resources, analyzing youth unemployment. Namibia has one of the youngest and fast-growing populations in Southern Africa. 62% of the working age adults in the country are between the ages of 15 to 35, age group broadly defined as youth. And projections indicate that the number of 15 to 24-year-olds will double by the year 2020, by the year 2040. It's a worrisome research that has been done. This youthful population constitutes a crucial resource, but without sufficient job prospects, means it is a resource that will remain untapped. 43.4% of Namibia's youth are unemployed, nearly 3 times as many as the global average. The greater concern is that the youth unemployment in the country appears to be on the rise. Higher rates of youth unemployment represents both widespread personal misfortune for individuals and a lost opportunity for critical national and global economic development. High numbers of economically frustrated youth may also contribute to social instability. Meaning unemployment among youth is an urgent policy issue. Addressing this issue requires an understanding of the nature of youth unemployment in our respective communities. The commitment to youth in mining zones and cooperative development will create safe and empowering spaces for youth and women. In Namibia, we have seen how vulnerable artisanal miners can be exposed to exploitation and unsafe conditions and or working environment. By developing cooperatives and youth and women-led zones, WiM-Africa is not just protecting women and youth. It is building engines of local enterprise that will transform families and communities. Young people are deeply concerned about the future of our environment and the sustainability of our natural resources. The action plan focuses on climate smart mining, rehabilitation of the land, community resilience, ensures that the next generation will inherit not just wealth from mining but also a livable planet. On behalf of the youth of Namibia and the wider continent, I affirm our commitment to stand with WiM-Africa in driving forward this bold agenda. We pledge that we will contribute to the mission by ensuring that mining in Africa empowers people and protects the environment. In order to assist the government, private sector, and all other relevant stakeholders, the chapter needs support in the following areas as indicated outlined in our interest declaration: training or orientation, branding, communication support, funding or resource mobilization support, program collaboration, and policy advocacy support. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam, for your contribution. We appreciate you. So right now, I would like to bring forward our next speaker, Madam Carr, the chairperson of the Southern African Development Committee, Women in Mining, the president, Women in Business Association from Botswana. Madam Carr, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, my sister. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, colleagues, sisters across Africa. It is with deep honor and pride that I stand before you today as the chairperson of SADC Women in Mining to join hands in the historic moment, the validation of Women in Mining Africa Action Plan 2025-2030. This is not just a gathering, this is not just another gathering on our calendar. It is a continental milestone. It is a reformation that Africans women from diamond fields of Botswana to the gold belts of Ghana, from the copper mines of Zambia to the oil fields of Nigeria are rising together to claim their rightful place in shaping the future of Africa extractive industry. Now the message of solidarity. In our region and Southern African Development Community, women in mining have a long faced unique challenges. We know what it means to fight for a space in the boardroom, in the policy debates, in the very mines where our hands are sweat built the nation. Yet we also know the power of solidarity. Through SADC Women, we have built a platform to amplify women's voice, to open opportunity, training, mentorship, financing, market access. And today we are standing, we are part of the continental sisterhood under WiM-Africa, united by a shared vision to make mining and minerals value chain more inclusive, sustainable, transformative for African women. Solidarity is not just standing together. It is about moving together. And this action plan is our roadmap. The Harare executive meeting that we had last week at the SADC white paper, only last week on the 16th to the 18th of September 2025, SADC Women in Mining Leadership gathers in Harare, Zimbabwe for a landmark executive meeting facilitated by the IGF and IISD. Out of that meeting, there was born a SADC Women in Mining white paper, the documents that capture the reality changes, the opportunity of women across our region. Here are the highlights of what we have come upon. 40 to 50% of the artisanal small-scale mining, ASM, workforce in several SADC countries, yet they earn significantly less than men and often lack legal recognition or protection. 15% of women hold senior positions or executive roles in large-scale mining companies across the region. Access to financing remain one of the biggest barriers. Less than 10% of women-owned mining enterprises report ever receiving formal bank loans or investment. Despite these challenges, studies show that when women participate fully in mining value chain, community income and social outcomes improves significantly. The white paper does not stop the dialogue. It's a purpose of solution. Establishment of regional financial instrument to support women-owned mining business. Mainstreaming gender responsive policies in all national and regional mining work frame. Creating center of excellency for training and mentorship to prepare women for the opportunity in critical mineral economy. Ensure that under the AFT-FCA, women miners and entrepreneurship are integrated into mineral trade and beneficent value chains. The white paper crafted in Harare is our regional compass. And when they paired with a WiM-Africa Action Plan, it ensures that SADC level realities is fully reflected in Africa continental strategy. Why the strategy plan matters? Why is it matters? WiM-Africa Action Plan 2025-2030 is more than a document. It is a promise. It is a promise to ourselves, to our daughters, to Africa. Let's set out and practice the programs to increase women participation across the mining value chain, to unlock access to finance, market, and new technology, to build knowledge and leadership capacity for women, advocacy and gender-sensitive policy reform. For us at SADC Action Plan, the white paper and two sides of the same, for us at SADC, the action plan and the white paper are sides of the same coin. The white paper gives regional specification, while the action plans offers continental scale of solidarity. Together, they come from powerful twin-track agenda to transform the role of Africans mining sector. A call for commitment. White paper action plan along with the transformation leaves the most to match with the action resources and accountability. This is why today I issue a call to every stakeholders present here today. To our governments, let us commit to policy and budgets that deliberately support women in mining. To our development partners and finances, let us make annual contribution to sustain programs for training capacity, capitals access, and enterprises development. To our private sector, let us open procurement system leadership and pipeline to innovate and space to women. And to fellow sisters in mining, let us continue to organize, to speak with one voice, to drive the transformation we want to see. The vision ahead. With the SADC white paper and the WiM-Africa Action Plan, we are choosing to lead. We are choosing to be investors, innovators, decision makings in Africa minerals future. Our dream is not just to extend minerals. Our dream is to extract dignity, opportunity, and prosperity for women, families, and community across Africa. In closing, let me say, no woman, no region, no country be left behind. From SADC to ECOWAS, COMESA, we are stronger when we stand together. On behalf of SADC Women in Mining, I reaffirm a fully support for WiM-Africa Action Plan 2025 with the white paper developed in Harare, and this will be an action plan validated today that has been officially validated by our First Lady. Nothing for us without us. A luta continua. To Dr. Comfort, a luta continua. Let the struggle continue. I thank you so much for this opportunity, WiM-Africa. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam Carr. Thank you so much, Madam Carr, for that valuable reflections and the strong voice you bring from SADC, Women in Mining, and Women in Business Botswana. We really appreciate it. Thank you. Right now, I would like to invite Madam Anna Wakumbe, who is ably represented by Madam Noreen. Madam Noreen, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon. My name is Noreen Kidunduhu. I'm the chair for the Association for Women in Energy and Extractives in Kenya, and I'll be sharing remarks on behalf of our patron, Hannah Wangombe. I acknowledge the presence of all guests and distinguished persons and wish to heartily congratulate Dr. Comfort Asokoro Ogaji and team for developing and successfully validating the WiM-Africa Action Plan. It is a privilege to speak on behalf of the Association for Women in Energy and Extractives in Kenya